So what I was going to ask is, this has been an ongoing process, obviously, and it goes back to really when Major League Baseball made these new standards for minor league baseball. Why did you feel like it was important for you to be out here today?
Well, I knew that the commissioners were going to be dealing with what was happening with the funding for the ballpark going forward. And so I felt it was just my presence here that this is super important to us, and just wanted to be present in case there were any questions and just to receive what was happening.
What's your reaction to what the board's discussion was, particularly Commissioner Farr, who said, let's make a decision?
Well, I think everybody would like certainty. I think that it's a little quick. We haven't allowed everybody to get their ducks lined up, and I think we're really hoping that the city can find a way. I know they have a lot of challenges from a budget standpoint, and so that I don't miss that issue, but I think that all of us are trying to figure out a way to have this move forward.
Well, I know, talking from Alan recently, that there's a bit of a deadline for you guys, and that you need to have some certainty. I know there's this September 30th deadline. How strict is that? And when they talk about 6 months, that goes past September 30th. How does that conflict with where you guys are at?
Well, I think there are a lot of parties involved in this, right? And MLB has told us they need a path by the end of September. I don't know. They came up with the 6 months today. We didn't talk about we need 6 months, and I don't know that MLB is going to give us 6 months, but I know that we need more time than just today to see. The city council has been on recess for all of August, so we haven't had a chance to hear from them, and we need a chance to keep interacting with them when they're back in session.
There are some people who have expressed their concerns with the idea of this is public money here in Lane County. A lot of it is public money in Lane County, or possibly the city, for an ownership group that doesn't exist here. Mm-hmm. What is your reaction to that as, somebody who, your company is not based in Eugene, but this team has been here for nearly 70 years.
Right. So you're absolutely right. I don't physically live here, but the M's live here. This is we view it as a community asset, and that's our mindset. Is we want the M's for Eugene. It's not about the Elmores. This is about the M's and that community asset, and so that's our mindset. It's not something we pick up, pluck around, stick in our pocket, and take somewhere. This is for the city of Eugene and Lane County.
And obviously, this is not something that is specific to the Emeralds. This is not something that's specific to Eugene. Other minor league teams around the country are dealing with the same issue, probably going through these same discussions that you guys are going through. Have you had that discussion with other minor league owners and minor league baseball representatives about navigating this process?
Oh, I've talked to almost all of them. There's literally only one ballpark in the entire nation that didn't have to put some money into their facility, and it's been everything from a few $1,000,000 to tens of millions of dollars, and a number of new ballparks getting built by communities that want to build new ballparks. And so I've talked to all of them, and everybody's struggling and trying to find a path forward.
And so ultimately, your hope for where this ends up, because we've heard that this could end up where the Emeralds have to leave Eugene. Why is it important for you to avoid that scenario?
Well, it's important because, as we've heard from people in the community, that they love this team. Commissioner Buck just said how her second date with the person that became her husband was at an M's game, and we hear these stories over and over again. Commissioner Farr talking about how he brought his children to the games and his grandchildren to games, and these are things this is part of what makes this city such an amazing place. And I think professional sports is something that not many cities have, and so I think it's important that we keep it here and that it's a vital part of what happens in the community. It's a gathering place. Commissioner Trieger talked about that and the importance of gathering and how we come together in baseball without regard to all the other things that seem to be conflicts in our nation, in our communities. And so we get really excited about having a gathering place like that. And baseball and the M's are a big part of that and have been for over 70 years here in town.
Last thing I'll ask is they say, okay, 6 months, we need more money. What is your approach now? I know we're obviously, there's a discussion with the city. Are there any other revenue sources, any other place, any way we can lower the gap?
Well, the city and the state, obviously, and then what we're really focused on internally is us being out there talking to sponsors and who are prospective sponsors. I mean, that's a really important part of the overall system, and that's what we do all the time. That's what we do, is we figure out where are those sponsors, and so we like to be out there gathering some steam in that area.
Anything you wanted to add?
Nope.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
TC.
Yeah.